everybody. It's Saturday afternoon. It's 2 p.m. in London, and we're just going to do a 45-minute Pilates workout here. The only bit of equipment we're going to use today is a long resistance band. So if you have one, grab it. You may also want to grab a bottle of water, put some music on if you want to. If you don't have a resistance band, then just go through the motions when I add it in. Just kind of imagine you're adding that extra resistance. So just do the same movements, but just without the band. Just trying to squeeze those muscles a little bit more. You'll still get a good workout. So we're going to start standing up. I want you to look at your feet. Toes and heels should be in a line, like train tracks. Try to spread the toes nice and wide. Draw the abdominals in. Inhale, lift the arms up. Slide the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, come up onto your toes. Just finding your balance. Again, zipping the belly button in tight. Inhale, lower the heels down, and lift. Lower and lift. For 3, try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. 2, hold the last one up. I want you to hold your balance, twist to the left. Keep the hips facing forward. Breathe in, narrowing the waist as you go. Twist to the right. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Inhale back to the center. We're going to go one more time each way, staying high on those toes. Slightly drawing your heels in towards each other. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist and center. Reach your arms out to the side as you drop your heels down to the mat. Drop your chin to your chest, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way down. Just let the weight of that head take you forward, and then nod your head to relax the back of the neck. Now shake your head side to side, shaking the head no. And then sway the whole of your torso, left and right. If your fingers touch the mat, sweeping those fingertips side to side. You're not quite touching the mat. Just make sure you're just swaying left and right. Last 2 and 1. Come back to the center. Now bend your knees. Get your hands down to the mat. We're going to walk your hands forward, coming out into our plank. Walking all the way forward. Once you're there, we're going to lift the head, slide the shoulders down the back, and I want you to zip your feet together. Really squeeze your inner thighs, scoop the belly button in tighter, and then lift that right leg up. I'm going to point your toe. We're going to do little toe taps on the same side. 8, 7, squeezing that right glute each time that toe goes up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the right toes down, point the toes on the left leg, lift up, squeeze. 8, 7, squeezing the top of that left leg, keeping the core strong. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the toes down. We're going to lift the hips up. Press into your heels. Separate your feet till they're hip width apart. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine. Roll yourself slowly back to standing. So articulating every joint in your spine. Shoulders and head up last. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale up onto your toes. Button your ribs towards your hips. Make sure the rib cage doesn't open or flare. And we're going to reach your arms out to the side, and we're going to come into a second plank variation. Chin to your chest, around your spine. Again, just slowly rolling down, feeling that stretch in the back of the hamstrings, holding your stretch for a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, walk your hands forward once again out into that plank. Lift the head. Make sure the hips are in line with the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Again, we're going to start with our left foot. I want you to lift that leg up, point the toe, and just tap out and in, up and over, up and back. For 6, nothing else moves. 5, squeezing the top of that left leg. 4, keeping the core strong. 3, press into your fingertips. 2, last 1, just balance on those toes on that left foot, point the toes on the right, tap out and in. 8, 7, keep the leg long and strong. 6, nothing else moves. 5, last 4, keep the energy in at 3, 2, and 1. Back into your plank. Lift your hips up. Press into your heels. Hold your stretch here for a big inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Round the spine, soften the knees. Slowly roll yourself back up. Shoulders and head coming up last. Wrap your hands behind you. Lift the arms. Lift your chest. Lift to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, straight legs straight back. Drop your chest forward, hanging over the legs. Nod your head. Good. And let the hands hang down to the mat. We're going to hang you for a moment. I want you to bend your right knee. Keep the left leg straight. And then bend the left knee with the right leg straight. So just kind of leaning into that left hip as that left leg straightens up. And then swinging a little bit into your right hip as the right leg straightens. One more time each way. Right knee bends. And then the left knee bends. And then we soften both knees, coming down, walking out into a plank. Again, hands down to the mat, walking forward, breathing out as you come forward. Lift the head, slide the shoulders down the back. Now lift that right leg up and really lift it as high as you can. Drop the knee under the body, taking the shoulders over the hands, knee to opposite elbow. 3 more like that. Lift that toe to the top of the wall behind you. Knee comes to the opposite elbow. So toe reaches high, then the hip drops low, that knee drops under the body, connecting to the opposite elbow. Last one, we're gonna hold the knee under the body towards that elbow. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten up the right leg, switch sides. Left leg reaches to the top of the wall behind, then turn to that knee to elbow. 3 more, lift and lower. Imagine somebody's pulling that toe up and then dropping the knee down. Last one, again, connect and hold there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your plank, drop your knees, sit back onto your heels. Have a big kind of cleansing breath. And let it go. Okay, change position so you're on your back. We're going to start with the knees into the chest. And then lift your knees up into tabletop position. I want your shins to be parallel to the floor. That's your tabletop. Your knees are right above your hip. You've got a little bit of a gap under your lower back. Ribs towards the hips. Pelvic floor lifting up and away. So think about your sit bones, the base of the pelvis, pulling together as you lift that back passage. So that will just help you get a tighter abdominal connection. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, and stretch your legs out. Pumping up. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. So it's a slow breath in for 4 beats. And out, 2, 3, 4. If you want to advance this, we drop the feet down a little lower, get the shoulders a little higher, but make sure nothing is tenting up or doming through the abdominals. If you find that your abdominals lift when you lower those legs, better to keep them up and keep that scoop, that hollowness through the abdominals. Breathe out, 2, 3. I flip my palms down as I inhale and up as I exhale. Breathe in. Just opens up the shoulders a little bit more as you exhale. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Keep your shoulders or your neck relaxed. Keep your abdominals tight. 2 more breaths. In for 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Stretch the legs longer. Last one. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Take the shoulders back. Pull your knees in. Turn your head side to side, stretching your neck. And then reach your arms overhead. Stretch your legs out long, really stretching the whole of your body from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. I'm going to breathe out. Lift the hands. Lift the head. Curl your spine up and stretch forward. Inhale, articulate the spine and go straight back, shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, roll halfway back. Hold. Now twist, open the chest out. Inhale, center, twist right. So there's no movement through the legs, no movement through the feet. I want your legs to be really working, active, squeezing together, stretching long. So you lean yourself back 1 inch further. Really reach those arms back. Imagine you're pushing the arm through wet cement and back. Last one. Back to the starting point. Then we go down 1 inch, hold, down another inch, hold, down 1 more inch, and then all the way down with a big breath in. And then breathing out, curling up again. Just a nice fluid movement. Stretch forward. Articulate back into your straight back, shoulders down. Exhale, around the spine, coming back 1 more time. Exhale, lift the arms up. Inhale, lower. Again, pointed toes, legs zipped, belly button scooped. Those arms come almost behind your ears as you lift and lower. I want you to get to the point where you feel like your feet are about to lift up off the mat. Keep them anchored down. Last 2, breathing out as you lift. In as you lower, stretch the legs. And 1. Hands come back to the front. We go down 1 inch, down 1 inch, down 1 inch, and then all the way back. Inhale 1 more time. Feet stay stuck to the mat. Exhale, curling slowly up off the mat. Stretch forward. Articulate the spine, straight back, shoulders down. Last variation in our roll down. We're going to breathe out, come halfway back, and then cross one hand across the body, other arm up to the ear, and switch. I want you to really exaggerate that movement. Really get that arm right across, almost like you're reaching the opposite hip. There's no movement through the feet, no movement through the legs. Exhale as you twist, inhale as you change. 1 more time each way. Twist, shoulders moving, hips staying still. Then take your hands back to the front, and again, we're going to come down in 3 clicks. Down 1 inch, down 1 inch, down 1 inch, hold, and then all the way back. Just lift your rib cage as your arms go behind you, backs of the hands touching the floor, and then sink the ribs back down. Wrap your hands around your knees, And add a little rock side to side. Good. Knees come up to tabletop, ribs point to the hips, narrow the waist, draw the belly button in. Again, pelvic floor lifting up and away. We're gonna curl your head and shoulders up and come into a double leg stretch. Both arms, both legs. Exhale, or inhale as you tuck. Exhale as you reach. Breathe in to tuck. Breathe out to reach. Imagine holding an apple. Last 3 and 2. Last 1. Without dropping your head and shoulders down, we're going to take the hands right behind that head to give the neck a support. And then opposite elbow to knee. Crisscross. 8, 7, 6. Really get that shoulder high up off the mat. 4, 3, 2. One more set. Again, go 8, 7. So you get that long leg a little closer to the floor. Just lower it down. 3, 2, 1. Next one. 4 taps on the same knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, change. 4 taps again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same again. Just switch and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change and hold. 4. I'm gonna go one more time each side. Last set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders down. Pull your knees in. Big cleansing breath. And let it go. Now lift your toes up to the ceiling. Circle your ankles both ways. Point the toes. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Hold the top of the right leg. Left leg drops down. Get that leg as straight as you can. So you can walk your hands up towards your ankle rather than holding the back of your knee. Shoulders down. Switch the legs. Again, first one, we stretch, we hold. See how high you can get those hands on that leg. And now we flow it a little quicker. Stay there. 8, 7. Exhale. Each pull. That's 4, 3. Let's go one more set. Again, 8, 7. Chin to chest. Shoulders high. Shoulders down away from the ears. 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders down and pull your knees in. Little rock side to side. Good. Now stretch your body all the way out. Let's have a little stretch. Really lifting the spine up off the mat. Arching the back. Opening the ribs. And then sink the ribs back down. Scoop the belly button in. I'm going to sweep your arms around to your side. Lift your head. Pull your knees in and come up into a balance. Now, click the shoulders back. Puff the chest. Lift the arms. See them stretch the legs without dropping the chest. And then breathe out as you slowly come down to your mat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sweep it around again. Lift everything up. Shoulders back. Straight back. Exhale down. Gonna aim for 6 more. Let's see if you can come straight up into that teaser pose. If you have the flexibility through the legs, exhale to lower. Inhale, hold. So we're always breathing out when we move. Breathing in as you hold. Breathe out as you move. Breathe in to hold. Last 4. And 3. Hold. And out. Breathe in to hold. Little sips of breath. Exhale up. Shoulders back. Straighten the legs. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Last one. We're going to hold here for 8, 7. Chin up. Stretch the fingers, stretch the toes. 4, 3, 2, and then slowly let your body come back down to the mat. Good. Pull your knees in. Hands behind your knees. Chin to the chest and roll yourself up. We're going to come into a rolling. So make sure you have enough space behind you that you're not going to hit your head on the floor behind your mat. So we're going to round the spine, elbows out, scoop, roll back to your shoulders, up to your balance. And again, back to the shoulders, up to the balance. One more here. And up. Now we're going to try to advance it slightly. Straight legs, hold the back of the calves. Roll back to the shoulders, up to your balance. And again, to the shoulders, and to your balance. Last one. Now a little variation on that one. Your toes together, your knees apart, and wrap your arms around. So let me show you what this is looking like from the front. Toes touching right here. Okay, now we're gonna roll it back. It's called the seal. Back to the shoulders, up to your balance. Hold, almost pushing those elbows out. Back to your shoulders. So you can find that balance. Hold. Try 2 more. Shoulders, sit bones, hold. Last one. Good. All right. Flip yourself over, grab a sip of water, and we're going to need the band for the next one. You take your band and fold it over your finger so it's doubled up. Try to have it fairly even. And we're going to lay it across the mat. We're going to be starting the work on the right leg, but we need to hold your band with your left knee. So you lay it across your mat. Your left knee pins the band, and we open up that loop and get your foot into the loop. You can also kind of loop it around and just pull it underneath as holding it. Make sure you have enough tension so that it doesn't slacken off too much when your leg is straight. You should already have some tension before we start lifting that leg up. So there should be some resistance already kicking in. Press the mat away, press into your fingertips. So nice strong upper body. Imagine a string between your shoulder blades, lifting that middle of that spine up. And we're gonna lift the leg up and keep your belly button pulled in. Keep your stability through your spine. Squeeze that right glute each time you lift that leg. Really tone and define that muscle. Find that crease that separates your hamstring from your glute. Stay there for 6. Keep your rib to hip connection, so keep the abdominals tight. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now toe comes down to the mat. Now we're going to tap the foot up and over, up and back, tapping out. And each time the toe touches the mat, let it give you a little energy, a little boost. So you're really bouncing. Tap, lift, and lift. Again, it's really squeezing that right glute, checking your upper body, stay strong. You're not wobbling through your torso. Everything is still except for that moving leg. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2. And then with the last one, you hold the foot at the edge of your mat. So it's a little bit wide of your hip. Point the toe, rotate the leg out, shoulders down away from the ears. Lift that leg at your long diagonal and down. Lift and lower. Feel that corner of the hip pocket hitting the muscle from a slightly different angle with that leg reaching to the corner of the ring. I can't see from the position that I'm holding, but my foot is reaching off, just off like about an inch off the edge of the mat each time that toe touches down. Now last one, we're going to circle that leg. Circle, 4 circles. So the circle is kind of on your right side. You're not crossing that midline of the body. Last 3, leg stays long, 2, and 1. When you've completed that circle, do 4 or 5 the other way. 5, 4. Keep the stability through the upper body. Last 2, and 1. Last variation on the side. Bend the knees, hold the foot to the ceiling, ribs to hips, strong arms, and kick it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more set. Again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees, sit back onto your heels, circle your wrists, and drag your hands back. Just roll out any tension through the shoulders. And slide your band, assuming you're using it, to the other side. Obviously, if you don't have a band, we just go through that whole series without the resistance of the band, but adding resistance on your own, really focusing on squeezing the muscles. We're working, this is really focused on your glutes. So try to squeeze those glutes at the top of your legs. Hands directly beneath the shoulder. Make sure you're never bending into your elbows, especially when we're going out at a diagonal. There's a tendency to bend the opposite arm. So try to correct that. I'll do a little reminder as we start to move. So once we're all set up, we scoop the belly button up and away, lift that leg up and down, squeezing the left glute with this one. But also the standing leg, your right glute, which should still feel a little bit of burn. Just make sure that that muscle is still strong, so you're not sinking into that right hip as that left leg goes up and down. Think about your upper body. Make sure your upper body is strong. So you're pulling your hands apart to really zip the shoulder blades together behind your back. Last 3, 2, and 1. As the toe comes down, we lift the lower back slightly, tap up and over, up and back. Again, each time that toe hits the mat, try to really bounce it up. So we keep the energy in the movement. Tapping out and in. So it's like a bouncing ball, not like you're sweeping the floor. Stay there for 4. Keep the core strong. These muscles, the obliques at the sides of the waist should be engaged, stabilizing the torso as that foot really swings out to the side. Last 2, and back. Holding this last one. That foot is at the edge or just off the edge of your mat. Point your toe, little turnout on the knee. Exhale, lift and lower. This is where people tend to bend into that right elbow. Counteract that. Keep that right arm really strong. Keep your left hip pointing to the mat, right hip over that right knee. There's 6. Really squeeze that muscle at the top. Press into that band if you're using it. Don't cheat. Make each one count. For 3 and 2. Last one. Now we're going to do our circle. So circling it to the left side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last variation, bent knee, sole of foot points up to the ceiling, ribs up towards your hips, shoulders away from the ears, pulse up. 2 sets of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, like you're stamping footprints on the ceiling. Last set, 8, make it big. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees back together. Sit back onto your heels. Sink the ribs down between those knees. Really stretch your arms out. And then take both hands to the right corner of the mat. Just reach to the right. And then both hands to the left corner of the mat. Reach to the left. Back to the center. And drag your hands back. And drag your hands back. And rolling out any tension. Circling the wrists. Good. Okay, let's change position once again. I want you to come down onto your elbows and pull your knees in. Touch your lowest front rib and try to draw it down towards the mat. Take a breath. We're going to breathe out. Just slide your right leg out, button that left toe to the inside of that right leg. And we lower the leg again, tap and lift. So get all the way down so that heel touches, but don't rest. We just kind of bounce all the way back up. Try not to open the rib to hip connection as that leg goes down. Keep it zipped and tight. Lift up out of your shoulders. So there are 4. Really get that left knee into the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Now switch the legs. Right knee in, left leg long. Zip and scoop everything in tight. Inhale, down, tap, lift. Down, tap, lift. So big, strong exhale, keeping that tightness between the ribs and the hips. Belly button in. For 4, breathe in through the nose as you lower. Breathe out through the mouth as you lift. Last 2 and 1. Now pull both knees in. Stretch both legs long. We're going to circle clockwise all the way around. Strong exhale. Inhale, hold at the top. Get the legs a little straighter. Scoop the belly button tighter. Circle left. All the way around, hold at the top. Make little corrections each time you finish that circle. Just check that the core is strong. You're not sinking into the shoulders. Reverse the direction. Get those legs straight. Breathing out. And in. Hold. Reverse. Breathing out. Inhale to finish. And hold. Last 2. Exhale to move. Inhale, hold. Check your shoulders. Zip the core. Last one. Lift left, down, up, and around, and then pull your knees in. Just make a little adjustment if you need to. Make sure you're still kind of high up on those elbows. Take a breath. I'm going to exhale. Extend your legs. Lower both legs down. Tap the mat. Lift. Pull the knees in. Now if that feels too strong, just do single legs and alternate your legs. Extend the legs. Tap. And lift. We're going to do 4. Tap. Lift. Breathe in. Tap. Exhale. Inhale, tap, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale, knees into the chest. And just sit up, hands on your knees, and really stretch out your back. By lifting that chest, you should stretch the abdominals a bit as well. And then breathing out, we're going to round the spine and roll yourself all the way down to the mat. Good. Walk your feet in towards your hips. So have a look at your knees. Knees should be hip-width apart. So if there's a little bit of gap between those knees, heels, you should be able to touch your heels with your hands. If you shift your shoulders side to side, heels right beneath your knees. You're going to press the lower back down into the mat. Scoop everything in tight. Pelvic floor lifting up and away. So we're imprinting and tilting the pelvis. Hold there for a breath. So breathe into the sides of the rib cage. Imagine the ribs opening out like an umbrella. And then breathe out, peel your spine slowly all the way up into a shoulder bridge. I'm going to take my hands wide so you can see what's happening here. So once my hips are up, I do a couple of little corrections. Button ribs towards the hips. Tailbone up towards the knees and pull your knees a little bit closer together. I don't want them touching, but they will naturally want to roll out as you lift that pelvis all the way up. Now narrow your waist a little bit more to really engage your deep abdominals. Lift your right knee up and then lower the hips down and lift. Let's take your hands up to the ceiling. This right knee stays over your hip. So we're not pulling it into the chest. We're not letting it drop down in front of you. It's like a string. It's pulling it straight up to the ceiling. We're feeling that left glute working. Stay there. 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Switch sides. Right foot down. Do our little corrections. Ribs to hips. Hold those knees in a little closer. Inhale down. Exhale up. Make sure you get a full range of motion. I want you to feel the mat under your hips and then lift as high as you can. Really squeezing that right glute. 8 more on the right side. 7. Last 6. Stretch the fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Up and hold. Drop the left foot down. Lift the hips even higher. Now we're going to do both hips down and up. Both feet on the mat. Just continue with your hip lifts. Stay there. 8. Squeeze the glutes. 7. Narrow the waist. 6 and 5. Now both feet on the mat. Try to work even harder, squeezing at the top. 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Breathe in. Reach the arms all the way behind you till the backs of the hands are touching the floor. Stretch your arms a little longer as you lift the hips a little higher. Pull your knees in and then drop your rib cage down first. Middle back second. Really tilt into the pelvis to get through that lower back. Then your bones and tailbone come down and take your hands back to your sides. Now we're going to grab your band. And we're going to wrap the band around your right foot. So the band's there to help you get that leg straight. It's also going to add a little resistance. Again, if you don't have a band, just do it without the band. Just really focus on getting that leg perfectly straight. Sole of the foot pointing to the ceiling. And then exhale, pointing to the ceiling. And then exhale, lift your hips up. Inhale, lower them back down. Lift and lower. Staying there. 6, 5. Full range of motion. Touch the mat. Use that mountains like a little bounce. Like hitting the mat gives you energy to lift higher. Stay there. 4, 3. Last 2. Hold the last 2. Hold the 4. Inhale, lift. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. Keep pressing to your left heel. Get the hips a little higher. Last 1. Drop the hips down and we're going to switch sides. The left foot slips into that band. Right foot down on the mat. Right foot just below that knee. Check your shoulders are relaxed. Zip the core and tight. Lower back presses into the mat and then lift. Exhale. Inhale, tap, lift. Tap the floor and lift. So hips come down and then high. Again, getting that full range of motion. Stay there for 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Breathe out. Lower the leg down. Just past the right knee. Breathe in. Lift it back to the ceiling. 6 more. Low to high. Keeping the hips high. Keeping that right knee in line with your right hip. So don't let that knee roll out. 4 more. Shoulders stay relaxed. 3. Last 2. And lift. 1. Lift and hold. Drop both hips down. Both feet come up into that band, and I want you to cross your band. You've got like a little X in front of your feet. Now slide a little more length through your fingertips. So you're holding that band as long as possible. Breathe out and lower both legs down to the mat. Inhale, lift the toes back to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the legs to the mat. Inhale, lift. So if your band is shorter than 9, your hands might be up here. That's okay. Or your feet might not come all the way down to the floor. Just so you're feeling that stretch, stretching that band, and then resisting as you pull back up. So pressing it down, and then resisting as it comes back into that kind of pike position. Last 2, and lift. And 1, and lift. Now I want you to wrap your band around your hands to shorten it. I'm going to roll up and try to balance here. So this is a little bit advanced. Take your hands apart, roll back to your shoulders. up to your balance. So just try it out. See if you can find that balance. 2 more, back. And if you don't have a band, just hold your hands apart or maybe grab the backs of the knees. Last one, back, up, and then just dropping those feet down. You fold forward over your legs, flex your feet, elbows together behind your back, extend and bend. So a little tricep work. Extend and bend. Shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears. Let's aim 8 more. Doing that squeeze as you extend the arms. Squeeze that muscle to extend. So there's 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now sit up as tall as you can. Drop your band. Hold it closer to your feet. Sit up straight. Pull your elbows back and forward. Pull back and forward. Staying there. 6. Sitting as tall as you can. The key here is to keep your spine nice and long and straight as you strengthen the muscles of your upper back, pulling those elbows apart and behind. If you don't have a band, just squeezing back, really exaggerating the movement. That's 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's drop the band. Grab some water. I'm not ready. And you're going to come up to standing for the next little series. So I'm going to try to roll you back and then using that momentum, get you powering up into a stand without using your hands. Just a challenge. If you'd rather just stand up, that's okay too. If you cross your feet, you can roll back, roll up, and then use that momentum to get yourself all the way up. Great. Okay, from here, we're going to do 2 balancing leg exercises. So I'm going to step your feet apart, turn your toes out, button your ribs towards your hips, zip the belly button in tight, and then we're just going to float these hands out in front of you like you're hugging a big ball. So your elbows are soft. Bend your knees and extend. Down and up. So it's like your back is just sliding straight down the wall. So I'm just going to turn so you can see that my head, my shoulders, my ribs, and hips are all stacked. It's not this. A lot of people want to do a squat like that. It's more of a sumo, like a ballet squat. Keeping strong core, tailbone heavy. Next one, we hold it down, 8 pulses. 8, 7. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your neck relaxed. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now peel one heel high. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. Lift, and lower for 4 and 3. Last 2. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you lift. Hold the next one down. Now I'm going to lift those arms over your head. Drop your right heel. Lift your left. Inhale, stretch and bend. Think about lifting these kneecaps as you stretch the legs, squeezing your glutes at the top. Stay there for 4. Shoulders down. 3. Zip the core. That's 2. And 1. Down and hold. Now we're going to reach the arms out to the side. Both heels are up. Breathe in, stretch and bend. High to low. Trying to keep the heels up. Zip the core in tight. Roll the shoulders back. Well, I lost my balance. It's okay. And turn the thumbs up. That's 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. We can turn those palms down. Pulse low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can't get the heels any higher. Last one. Try to pull those knees wider apart. Pull the arms further to the wall behind you. And then straighten up the legs. Drop your heels. Turn your toes forward. Hands to the tops of your hips. Almost pushing the hips back. Keep your nice long straight back. Parallel to the floor. And then drop it down. Just folding, hanging over your legs. Let your hands drop. And then reach your left hand to the right foot. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling. We're bending the right knee. Keeping the left leg straight. Get that inner thigh stretch on the left. Change it. Crossing over. Left knee bend. Left hand to the ceiling. Stretching the inside of your right leg. Now one more time. Just let the hands hang through the middle. Turn your toes out. And roll yourself all the way up. Just rolling your shoulders back once you're at the top. And then roll them forward. Okay, standing now at the end of the mat. We've got one more standing balance, this time with lunges. I'm going to step the right foot forward, lift that back knee, both feet, get that back knee down. Both knees should be about a 90-degree angle. Inhale, stretch, and bend. Lift, and lower. Hands out to the side, shoulders back, chin up. Last 2, 1, hold it down, little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, we lift your left knee, balance on the right foot, hands down along your sides, shoulder blades together. Inhale, lunge, exhale, lift. So we're leaning forward, touch your fingertips together, and then hands down along your sides, pull your pinkies to the back, along your sides, pull your pinkies to the back wall, fingertips together as you lunge, pull those pinkies back as you lift. Last 2, and lift, and 1, lift and hold. The last one, kick the foot out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dive that leg back. Lift your front heel. Breathe in, stretch your legs. Think puppet swings, lifting you up and lower. High to low. Just 4 more. 3, 2, holding down. 6 pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the front heel, drop the chest, lift the back leg, pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lift. So we inhale, drop that back foot, we lunge, and lift. Last 3, and lift. Body in like a T shape. 2, lift and hold, hands along your sides, back leg up. Last 1, we're gonna add a little change. So I'm gonna lift that back leg, but reach your arms out in front of you. So you can stretch from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. And then hinge your left foot down. Shake out your right. Walk to the end of your mat. Stand tall. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Other side. So left foot forward. Back heel is up. Bend both knees, ribs to hips. Breathe in, stretch. And bend. We're just going to do 6 slow, 6 pulses. Some balances thrown in. For 3. Last 2, hold it down, 6 pulses, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now balance on your left foot, lift the right knee. Inhale, fingertips together, lunge. Exhale, pinkies reaching to the back wall as you lift the right knee. Inhale, exhale, lift, and lower. And lift, and lower. Last one, we hold. Kick that foot up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your right leg back. And we lift your front heels. We're bouncing on the toes. Breathe in, stretch your legs, bend the knees. Lift and lower. 4 more. Think ribs to hips, core strong, tailbone reaching to the floor. Last 2, lift and 1. Pulse down. 8. So we're doing 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then change the balance. Drop that front heel, lift the back leg, drop your chest into a T shape. Inhale to lunge. Exhale, lift. Shoulder blades together behind the back. Inhale, down. 4 more. And 3. Keep it slow. Try to find that balance. 4 more. And 3. Keep it slow. Try to find that balance. 2, find a focal point. And again, last one, we add a little change. And try to reach the arms out over your head. Stretch the fingers through that toe. And then hinge the right foot down to the mat. Shake out through that toe. And then hinge the right foot down to the mat. Shake out your left. Just kind of step it out. Then balance on the right foot. Left foot into your hand, knees together, hips. Left foot into your hand, knees together, hips forward. Just to get that stretch to the left quad. Front of your left leg. Change. Knees together, press the hips forward, pull the heel in. Arm goes up. Okay, we're gonna come to the end of your mat. We're gonna roll down and then come all the way flat and for front. So chin to chest, round your spine, always good to articulate. Walk your hands out, breathing out. And then lower yourself down, all in one line, like you're dropping down into a push-up, but stay resting on your front. Now let's actually grab that band. And arms are in a V at the end of your mat. holding the band fairly tight. We just scoop the belly button up away from the mat, tilt the pelvis slightly so your tailbone reaches towards your heels. Lift your chest up and pull that band for 4. Keep the chest high. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it back down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift up, hold, pull. 4 and 3. Obviously, if you don't have a band, imagine just kind of pushing the air out. 2 and 1. Back down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift up. Little exhales as you pull. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the chest. I'm going to slide that band and lift it all the way up behind you. And we're going to lift up here. 4. Lift and lower. 3. Last 2. Hold the last one. And again, stretch the band. 4. Out and in. Chest stays up. 3, 2, 1. And then take the band over your head. And let's drop it down. Leave the band behind. Step your feet a little wider. So the toes are at the corners of your mat. Heels turned in. Belly button again. Lifting up away from the mat. And then exhale. Come up into a Superman pose. So toes are out. Hands are up. Got a little flutter. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. Lower the hands. Lower the feet. Exhale. Lift the chest. Lift the arms. Lift the legs. One more side again. 8, 7. Flutter fast. Keep your body long. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the feet down. Keep the feet on the mat. Breathe out. Pull your elbows in. Tuck the elbows slightly behind your ribs. Inhale. Drop the chest as you reach the arms forward. Exhale. Pull the elbows in. Inhale. Reach it forward. Stay there for 4 and 3. Keep looking down at the mat. Last 2. And with the last one, we pull the elbows into the ribs and then extend the arms down along the sides. Lift your legs up. Hold there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the legs, drop the hands, drop the shoulders. One more. Chest up, fingertips up, pinkies point to the ceiling. Lift your legs up and just hold, squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing the glutes for 3, 2, and 1. Now hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch out your arms. Rest your head. Good. Now I want you to step your left foot between your hands. Imagine somebody's kind of pushing your hips forward from behind. So really drop into that right hip. Feel that stretch through the front of the right hip. Hands come up to your knee. Shoulders back. Then we turn towards that knee. So your right elbow's on the outside of your left knee or just crossing across the body. Look over the shoulder behind you. Then take your hand back down either side of the foot. Turn your knee out to the side. Come to the outer edge of that foot. The foot's right between those hands. And bend your elbows. Kind of snake yourself closer to the floor. Kind of leaning into that left hip as you drop closer to the floor. So again, drop the hips a little lower. And straighten the arms. Pull the knee back into the chest. And walk your hands back. Getting our little runner stretch with the toes up. Maybe pull those toes in with your fingertips if you can. But curl that lower back out. Just feeling that hamstring stretch the back of your left leg. Then last one on this side before we change, we lean forward and lift your back foot. So you can either just stay there or here, or if you can, reach the foot with your hand. Being careful of that knee. Being careful not to cramp through your hamstring and just lean forward as you pull the foot in. Again, don't force it if it doesn't feel right for any of these. Now switching sides, starting on your knees. Step your right foot forward, hands either side of that knee, either side of your foot. Then we lift the hands up to the knee. Get that left hip forward. We're trying to start with this left hip flexor. Turn towards your knee, elbow to the outside of the knee. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, hands come either side of your foot. Now I'm dropping my right knee to the outside. You can kind of see what's happening here. I'm going to turn. Good. And then we do that little snake down towards the mat. Just leaning a little bit side to side just to get that hip really opening out. Hold there. And then straighten the arms, pull the knee back into the chest, walk your hands back. Maybe grabbing that foot, pull the toes in, curl your tailbone out to the wall behind you, just straightening up your lower back, just so you feel that hamstring stretch through the back of that right leg. Almost dragging your heel back. Then hinge your weight forward. Front foot is flat. Back toe is up. We try to reach. And just leaning forward without forcing it. Good. Pick up your band, flip onto your back. Right foot into your band. Leg drops out to the side. Pull that foot up towards your shoulder. Keep your left hip down. Let's reach the left arm out. One big breath in and exhale. Let it go. Take the hand back to your band. Switch. Leg goes across the body. Keep the right hip down. Extend your right arm out. Inhale to hold. Exhale. Just let it go. Back to the center. Change legs. Left foot into the loop. Right leg extends. Drop the leg out to the side. So getting close to the floor. Up towards that shoulder. Right arm out. Inhale, hold. Breathe out. Let it go. Good to just let everything sigh out, releasing any discomfort. Left hip stays down, foot swings over to the right, left arm goes out. Inhale, hold. And exhale. Just pull that band in a little closer. Back to the center. Let's drop the band. Feet to the mat. Roll onto your right side all the way over. Chin to chest, rounded spine. Scoop the belly button up and away. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press into your heels, get that lovely stretch. We try to connect the heels down. Now let's pedal. Right knee up, left knee up, just side to side. One heel down, one heel up. Then both heels down. We walk back to the feet. Wrap around the backs of the legs. Nod the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Soften the knees and slowly roll yourself all the way up. Shoulders and head up last. Are your heels together when your inner thighs touching, sort of like a little first position. Breathe in, lift the arms, shoulders down. Exhale up onto those tiptoes. And then lower the heels. The inner thighs come back together. Lace the fingers behind the back. And then just swing. Well done. Hopefully you feel a little bit loosened up, a little bit more toned, and you enjoyed that as much as I did. So this is our last session of the week. We're back on Monday morning. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Get Pilates on YouTube. Obviously, you're there already, but do subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and look out for the schedule and everything else. See you soon.